What I was doing was earlier. I was fiddling around with this. I'm not, like I said. I may have said this earlier. I'm not a Mr. Looper guy. I've done some of it. I have an MPC 1000. I usually have used it in the sense of more of a compositional thing for like a verse chorus, um, intro verse chorus bridge, song utility, and I've done that with other things. Now I've done a lot of MIDI programming for drums and so forth, and yeah, so I was messing around with the looper diddly doo wah, and what happened was I recorded a loop into one of the cells, and was playing it, and then I tried to get it to quantize to the time signature, which it wouldn't really do. So then I imported it over to the main tracks window, and I did get it to work. But what I had to do was I had to remove the um, the the tempo from the file, and then you do where you select the audio file and you select a 1 bar region, and then you set the tempo by the of a bar of the audio region to 1 bar, or the 1 bar to the audio region, so that the audio region is 1 bar, and that worked. But then when I tried to um, move that audio file back over into a loop, it suddenly went to a totally other tempo, like at least half, if not lower tempo than the what it was playing back after I had set the tempo by the audio file. And then it crashed, and it was all gone. There was no cached file. And that was really fun because it's not there at all. The loop I recorded is not there at all. Now, I hadn't saved it. I was using a template that I created with 4 tracks and a drum machine. Not a drum machine, a stereo drum kit. And I had not saved it as a separate file, but my experience has been that if you crashes, there's some option to reopen where you were in the past, and it didn't do it this time. It just was gone. Bye. See ya. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Hey, 2 watchers, how you doing? So I don't know why. I wanted to test this out, see how this worked, but I was fiddling with the looper Jigamajo, and I don't know if you heard me. I explained to you I was using an audio interface that has multiple inputs as Zoom, and I couldn't get the audio to work through to YouTube using it as a multi-track interface. It usually has a default input, and it may be the stereo left-right microphone input. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you could capture the, if you're doing a multi-track with multiple inputs and you want to capture it as a streaming tutorial or whatever you're going to do. I don't know how to do that with the multi-track thing enabled, because it won't work that way. It will only feed back to Logic, the default 2 inputs, and yeah, there's not a stereo output mix. Yeah, I don't even know what Logic would be playing back in that situation. Huh. Okay, I'll have to look at that. I'll have to see what output tracks they're calling. Yeah, it outputs to the stereo. It may not loop back. That's probably what it was. It won't loop back to OBS. Yeah, that's the problem. It won't loop back. It'll come back out in a stereo output to my headphones, but it won't loop back. There's no loop back on this Zoom when you're in multi-track interface. Oh boy. How did I get myself into this ball of can of worms? I don't know. I may just ditch on 10.5 for a while because it's usually my personal thinking that when any new major update to anything like this comes out, there's always a ton of bugs in it. So, all right, well, this was just to mess around and see how this works. And I'm going to stop the stream and just take a look at it and see if it worked okay. Here, please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Okay, I don't know what that's doing to me. Okay.